so sick.
Today's video is brought to you by HelloFresh. With summer in the rearview mirror and busier days ahead, now's the perfect time to save time and money when it comes to your dinner routine. We all know home cooked meals are so much better for you, but you don't always have the time to pull it off. But with HelloFresh handling all of the meal planning, shopping, and most of the prep, it's easier than ever to get dinner on the table quick and painless. Today we're making some melty Monterey Jack burgers. HelloFresh also has a wide variety of options to choose from to fit all of your needs and tastes, anywhere from fit and wholesome, vegetarian, quick and easy, and family-friendly recipes. There's something for everyone. All right, get our patties to our buns here. Oh yeah, money shot. Oh, this one's upside down. Did I make it with the wrong halves? Oh no. I accidentally made a double top burger. This one goes here, this one goes here, and we just flip her. So the onions are just on the bottom side. Perfect. Go ahead and grab a bite of this burger. This thing is looking really good. That is one good burger right there. These HelloFresh meals are honestly really delicious. We eat them almost every night for dinner, and they save us a ton of time. If you don't know what you want to eat, there's also 50 recipes to choose from weekly, so you'll never be bored. All you gotta do is tell them where to send it, set a delivery date. It's that simple. Not only does HelloFresh have delicious lunch and dinners, but they also have breakfast items as well. Check these bad boys out. We got some Belgian waffles with some apples on top. Look at that presentation. These look freaking delicious. And right now, you can actually get free breakfast for life if you sign up at HelloFresh.com and use our code FREEBOOSTEDBOYS. You will get one free breakfast item per HelloFresh box while your subscription is active. That is code FREEBOOSTEDBOYS at HelloFresh.com for free breakfast for life. Thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video.
All right guys, in the last video we got the Cummins fired up. We didn't run it for too long though because it didn't have any coolant in it. But today we got some coolant in this thing. It took almost 5 gallons. She was a thirsty girl. A lot of fluids in this truck. But between that, ATF, oil, everything's topped off, ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and fire this thing up, let it warm up for a little bit, back it out so the exhaust isn't in the shop. And then once we get the coolant system bled, we can go ahead and get the front bumper back on, and that's really the last thing we need to do. Give this thing a good final wash, go through it, and then we're ready to drive this thing down the road again.
You get your mirror. Tight squeeze. Yeah.
Up to 55 PSI, not even revving it that high. Just let that coolant bleed out, I guess. Just let it warm up. We're looking good under the truck, no leaks. Air bubbles are slowing down. Looks like we woke up one of the spider eggs. We got a whole bunch of baby spiders crawling out from under this thing. I'm telling you guys, this was a whole ecosystem sitting back there.
That sound?
The OG rig, man. Everything's looking good. That turbo, dude. That's with the silencer ring in it too. I'll see if the turbo brake works. Oh! Man, I missed that turbo brake. Sounds so sick. That's so sick. Got some new smells from things heating up under there. All the new manifolds and everything going on. Oil pressure's still looking good. Oh yeah. Man, I gotta say, it feels good to see this old girl up and running once again. This truck was a whole chapter of my life. Sometimes it's not even about the vehicle itself, it's just all the memories we made in this thing, both the good and bad. But man, it's bringing me back, boys. When I bought this truck, it was the biggest financial decision of my life. I remember now how stressed I was getting it, but I know it needed to happen because we needed a good, reliable truck at the time. Man, it's crazy how far we've come, but see this thing up and running. It's pretty awesome. Brand new freaking engine. The transmission was recently rebuilt as well, so the drivetrain in this thing is solid. I think this thing still has a really long life ahead of it, and I'm just happy to see her up and running. I just got that front bumper and grille put back on. I still have that Fran shroud over there to get on there. But what I'm getting ready to do right now is give this thing a good proper wash, because we did power wash it off after we pulled it out from its spot it was sitting in for years. But the power washer didn't really give it a deep clean. There was still a lot of surface dirt and stuff left over. You can still see how dirty everything is. And so I'm gonna give this thing a proper wash. There's still some oh, headlights just turned on, maybe from the clouds. But still got some cosmetic things to go over, like these trim pieces falling off right here. This dent was from a Sonic drive-through, and I barely clipped one of the yellow concrete poles. So I mean, she has her blemishes for sure. I still got to get the wheel arches on the front there as well. But I'm gonna go ahead, give her a deep clean, and I'm also gonna hit the interior a little bit because it's pretty gross in here. Luckily we don't have the mold anymore, but we still have spider webs built up. We still have, you know, just a ton of dirt. The interior's pretty gross still, but I think it's gonna clean up pretty nice. So we'll go ahead and give it a proper wash now that she's up and operational. This is definitely the cleanest this truck has been in a long time, guys. Not a professional detail by any means, but we got her all cleaned up in here. It's looking way better than it was. Smells nice in here. Got the dash and everything cleaned up. The buttons on the radio were disgusting. These floor mats had years of dust and dirt built up in them, and it took me a good half hour just to get all of the dust and dirt particles out of there. It just kept coming out. After I hit it with the vacuum air compressor, I just kept blasting. There was so much stuff in here. There was old French fries, old food under the seats. I mean, it was gross, but we got her all cleaned up here. She's looking pretty good. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that for right now. No more mold. And I also found a few souvenirs in here. So I found $2 worth of quarters. Have some of these transmission E-clips. These were the clips that left us stranded the one day. One of those guys popped out. A couple old hats. My Tecton hat, a brand new Freedom Factory hat. Got a Fire Me Up tag. I got some Cletus merch in here that was laying around, like an old GoPro case, some cables, and some miscellaneous stuff. I also found a SD card, and I have no idea what is on this SD card. And this might have been a missing SD card because it was buried in there. I remember a video a while back when we were in Colorado, and I had said that I had some stuff that I had filmed, but I couldn't put it in the video because I had lost the SD card. Some of you guys might know what I'm talking about. This very well could be the lost SD card from like 3 or 4 plus years ago. So I'll plug it in. If there's anything good on it, I'll throw it in this video just for a good throwback. So I have no idea what's on there. But we got her all cleaned up, boys, for right now. Still a lot of little cosmetic things that need done. But now we're just gonna go ahead, get this thing broken in, drive it around, and she's back. Just gotta get those front wheel arches on, and she's good to go. Hey, Lily.
That is awesome, man.
There it is, boys. 1 million.
We did
We've
it.
been live. I just shotgunned a monster.
Yeah.
Still settling in the stomach.
He's gonna tip over.
Concord beer all over me. But we did it.
Yep.
Cheers.
We did it. I'm glad to be here with you guys.
Congratulations.
We're stoked you're here.
Here's my monster that still has some in it.
Congrats,
Even though I don't want any more of this.
That was a rip, boys. That was a rip.
What a throwback. Just me and Emilio
In the old truck.
in the Cummins.
Dang, the smell still smells the same and everything. Dude, you cleaned the crap out of this thing,
I
man.
know, she's looking good in here.
Now you just want to take it down the street.
Dude, I just been driving her around, breaking it in, listening to the turbo brake.
Let's hear it, man.
Give her a little gas this time.
Hey,
That's about half throttle. Still going easy on her.
so loud, like that you can hear it spooling up.
Yeah, the turbo's pretty loud.
There it is. We're in a semi truck. I love that sound.
Well, guys, we got an urgent update. As of right now, we are the second fastest MR2 in the world. Another MR2 today just beat our record time. They went a 7:57 at 192, and our best time in the MR2 was a 7:59 at 192.
So it's not too bad.
It's
but
not too
it's
bad,
Still enough
but
to put
we're
some
number
fire
2,
under it.
guys. I thought we had it pretty buried, but these other MR2s are catching up. I told you guys these other MR2s were coming, but this one that just beat our time is a MR2 out in Canada. The driver's name is Sean. He built the car. He recently sold it to a shop called KMP Speed Shop, and they're working on the car, and he still drives it. And yeah, guys, they beat it, and it's an H pattern, which is pretty
That's
nuts.
pretty good,
I
yeah.
mean, they got us. They got us.
Hey.
So, I mean, we got to get this thing back to the track, and now we got another record to chase. I'm not too mad about it. There's a little part of me that's like, dang it, but I'm actually happy to see some other MR2s, you know, catching up to us, and we have some competition now, because we've had the record for 3 years, ever since we ran the first 7, and no other MR2 has been able to come close to that. And I honestly thought he was going to be pretty far away. Just like last week, he went a 785, and today he just like each pass 10th.
He's
and
on
then
it,
he got
man.
it. They got it. So, man, congrats to those guys. I'll plug his Instagram, or both their Instagrams, down below. But real quick, while we're on the topic, I figured I'd update you guys on some of the other MR2s that are out there that are kind of in the same realm as us. There was also that MR2 from the United Kingdom, the purple one. It's nicknamed Barney. That was the one we were battling with a long time ago to get into the 7s, between him and the wide body gray one that belonged to my friend Josh. He's NOS51 on Instagram. He then sold the car, but he was the second one to go into the 7s, the gray one. And then Nathan from the United Kingdom, he has another billet block MR2, and he got as far as an 8.1, and that one still has the Toyota engine in it. So he's the only one that doesn't have a Honda K-Series, but they recently just pulled that whole car apart, and now they're the second MR2 to also have a 25 cert roll cage like my MR2. These other MR2s still only have 10-point roll cages, so that does help them a little bit with the weight. But the other MR2 in the UK is up in his game. It looks like they're getting ready to go fast. This other MR2 in Canada just beat us, and yeah, so there's 3 7-second MR2s now, and we got to just step up our game, boys. I don't know what else to say, but I'm excited that they have caught up. And that MR2 also did like a really low 1-2-60 foot. Not on that pass. I'll put our time slips up real quick right here. We were very close on the overall times, but he had a couple passes before that where he went into the deep 1-2s, and his car was doing some wheelies while it was doing that. It just shows that the MR2 chassis can be pushed to those pretty fast 60 foots. But dang it, boys. Gotta get her to the track, dude.
I mean, at least it's together now, and it's making some power. You're on methanol.
Yeah, but we're also on the K24 now, which is completely untested for us. So hopefully we're not going backwards because we have so much more torque now with this car. But we're hoping that's going to help our short track. But we are just about ready to get the MR2 back to the track and go testing. We're just waiting on the fire suppression system to come in because I didn't want to run the car without the fire suppression now that's on methanol. So we're actually taking some of the weights off the front and we're mounting the fire suppression bottles in the nose of the MR2 to kind of counteract that and not make it heavier than it needs to be. And our plan was to just go out and test, and that still is the plan. But I mean, if testing goes good, now we got a record to chase. You know, I didn't plan on sending this thing to World Cup because I thought we had the record so covered, but they caught up to us. So we might have to turn it up here soon. And that other MR2 is also on a radial, something else we've been wanting to try. I didn't want to switch to a radial because the slick setup has been working for us, and I didn't want to change too much on the MR2 before we go to World Cup. I wanted to stick with what we know what works, but we might play with the tire before World Cup. I don't know. That's a lot of talking, some MR2 updates, but we're number 2 now. We are MR2 number 2.
One down on the list.
So, you know, it was coming. So now we got to go back for it. I'm fired up. We got a record to chase now. And another thing to note is we still have the fastest 8th mile time, just barely. So we went a 490 to the 8th, and he went a 5.0 flat to the 8th. So that pass we were on that Monday after World Cup was over, our calculations say it was probably about a 7:44 pass is what the MR2 would have done on that rip if it clicked into 5th gear. So we know she has the record in her. We just got to make it all happen. But now these guys are probably all fired up, so they're going to push their car even further. So, you know,
Let them enjoy it while they can.
It's like 2021 all over again. I'm back to like, dude, we got to get this MR2 going fast because these other MR2s are coming for us. But yeah, that's your MR2 update for today, boys. We have been dethroned as number 1. Dang, dude, got the new turbo on Hondaroo.
Ready for all the boost.
Little upgrade.
Yep, just in case we need it, it's there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so Emilio actually brought Hondaroo over Thursday. That was a few days ago at the time of filming this. We were going to take this thing to the track, but it got rained out.
Yeah, so I ended up just leaving it here since then.
Yeah, so Hondaroo's been in storage over at our place, and you can see you drove his Scarlet over here. But today we are going to take it for a quick test trip because we were going to do this at the track, but we got some extra time now, so we figured we would just dial in the new turbo a little bit, make sure the tune's looking good, and go over some settings so that this Thursday, hopefully we can get to the track.
It's not raining.
And if it's not raining, and then we'll just be dialed and ready to go. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and drive this down the street, pretty much like what we did in the last video of us driving this thing, just making sure everything's good with the new turbo and kind of going from there. Maybe turn it up a little bit more because we gotta get this thing back in the 9s.
Yeah, I'd say.
How long has it been? 5 years?
It's been a long time. I don't know how long ago it was, but man, that was actually when I first painted this car and brought it to Florida. I mean, we can figure out the day it was.
It was a long time.
It was a long time ago, yeah. So I just at least trying to get it back into the 9s. I say around maybe 30 pounds, you know. Would be
yeah,
good.
I think this thing has mid-9s in it, easy.
Yeah, so we'll do that first and we'll go from there and maybe turn it up all the way. I mean, we got everything we need. All we got to do is make it to the track and make it down, you know, the 1320.
got Hondaroo running good, 28 PSI, and now all we got to do is double check that two-step, and figured while we're here, we'll give her a test launch.
Just a little test.
Before we go to the track this week.
All right, well, we got Brembos in case we need to stop.
go, dude.
Let's see what happens.
All right.
He's ready, boys.
I smell some tires. That looked pretty good.
Yeah, that's all good, man.
You slipped it pretty good.
It's my baby, dog.
You want to try there
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
track?
I
Okay.
think that'll work.
All right.
At least it's ready, dog.
He's ready for the track.
Oh, now we gotta wait a couple of days to get to the track, man. Was
It really
spinning on
didn't.
this.
Yeah, it definitely spun, but
Yeah. Let me see it here.
that's gonna go at the track.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Let's try to get that 9 the first rip. See what we can do.
I think if you do that, I
With
think
that
it
power, Just gotta beat a 9.8.
should. Yep, we can go up from there.
Hey, I'm excited, man. I mean, we could just run an 8 off rip.
That would be insane. No, that's too much. That's too much.
Let's just run the 9
Baby
and then
steps.
we'll go from there. We still gotta hook up the strain gauge.
Oh yeah, we do want to try to do
So,
that.
I mean, I don't know if we're gonna do it before this time around, but at least we get that 9 in, and then we always have another track day to run it.
Yep.
You know.
Well, safe to say she is broken in
Yeah, she's broken in.
and she's ready for
I did
pass.
I did the oil change before, I brought it here Thursday. Cut open the filter. There was nothing inside of it. Everything looked great. Got fresh oil in it. She's just ready for a good day.
This Thursday, guys, hoping to get Hondaru to the track, see what she can do.
Hell yeah. Can't wait.
Well, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and it looks like we have ourselves a new MR2 record to go after.